See, government spend 25 to 30,000 on each individual candidate who comes for an SSB, for your stay of 5 days, your travel and things like that. Now, when government spend that much money, so you have to realize कि क्यों इतना खर्चा करता है तो right? Because they want that characteristic of Fauj, attribute of Fauj to be new. If someone thinks कि मैं short service करके permanent मिलेगा ही मुझे, don't go in that hope. Go in a hope that you will do your best.
Hello friends, welcome back to Defense Roger and I hope you're doing good. My name is शीतल यादव and आज की वीडियो जितने भी डिफेंस एस्पिरेंट हैं, those who aspire to join Navy, उनके लिए स्पेशली बनाई गई है. एंड टुडे वी हैव लेफ्टिनेंट कमांडर विजय नायर सर. इस वीडियो के अंदर हम काफ़ी चीज़ों को कवर करने वाले हैं. शॉर्ट सर्विस कमीशन क्या होता है एंड कितना ड्यूरेशन के लिए आप सर्व करने को मिलता है. उसके साथ साथ हम बात करेंगे आफ्टर शॉर्ट सर्विस कमीशन व्हाट आर द अपॉर्चुनिटीज आर देयर फॉर ऑल द ऑफिसर्स. Along with that, what are the key factors that really impacts your SSB? We are going to talk about all those various things in this video. Without any further delay, let's call Sir to our platform, Defense Roger.
So I also want to discuss certain things in respect of SSB because there are a lot of aspirants who want to join Navy and the stepping stone is SSB. So I want to take your point of view and your experience in terms of SSB.
Sure.
So you went to SSB twice and you got recommendation both the times. So sir, I want to know what are the learnings from your SSB journey?
So the first thing, definitely, you will come around a lot of people who will say, ऐसे ही चले जाओ, natural चले जाओ, हम तो बिना preparation के पास हुए. It's very rare, very rare. Percentile of such people very skilled. और एक बार select होने के बाद तो हम कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं ना कि मैंने तो पढ़ाई नहीं किया था. But trust me, SSD is a very well-defined structure. And see, government spend 25 to 30,000 on each individual candidate who comes for an SSB, for your stay of 5 days, your travel and things like that. Now, when government spend that much money, so you have to realize कि क्यों इतना खर्चा करता है तो right? Because they want that characteristic of Fauj, attribute of Fauj to be new. If that characteristics they see in you, you get selected. Otherwise, we are shortage of officers for so many years. I mean, we have भयंकर shortage है. तो SSB तो हर साल लाखों लोग देते हैं. किसी को अगर ये भी हो जाएगा कि अरे कोई नॉर्मल कॉर्पोरेट कंपनी तो है नहीं कि बस वैकेंसी है तो 10 को लोग. We need attributes. We need attributes and attitude towards that particular post. इसलिए SSB होती है, right? कि SSB, as we all know, there are written exams when it comes to CDS and the NDA exams. And earlier there used to be INA, TAFCAT. Of course, now I believe there are direct SSB interviews for the engineering graduates. Right? So of course, जब आप exam देते हो, you need to prepare for it. And trust me, CDS is the easiest of those exams because it is catered for entire set of graduate people, right? BCom, BSc. BTech, MBBS can also give homeopathy, physiotherapy. जो भी bachelor या every bachelor degree you have, you can attempt CDS. That's why CDS is the easiest of the exams. And exams के लिए आपको जो भी subject है, you have to prepare. There is no escape. आप जब return clear करोगे तो भी आप 5 day का process के लिए you will get qualified or shortlisted. And the next 5 days of SSB, the first day is screening. Why screening happens? वहाँ पर गर्दी नहीं चाहिए. Next 4 days, we want to really see. So many of them, बहुत लोगों का bad luck होता है. Some good candidates get wiped out in the first day. Via time based and destiny, luck. वो वाला बहुत factor होता है पहला दिन. अगला 4 दिन जो होता है उसमें only the best who's I won't say the best, but who's most suited for that attributes get qualified. It may be the best people, other good people, intelligent people. So attributes to you. So yes, first day is ensure whoever goes, आपका documentation वगैरह clear हो, whatever is required you should have. उसके बाद ही आपको अंदर जाने मिलता है. And if your documentation is improper, something are missing, probably you will be thrown out on that day itself. Yeah. So once that documentation is clear, when you get entry, then OIR and PPDT happen that first day. So you have to clear that PPDT when there is a group discussion. वहाँ पे एक story something is flash, you have to write something in 3 minutes or something. And a group of people assemble and collectively all of them have to come together to a conclusion for that story. So depending on the behavior of the group and depending on the individual's answer, that is how you get selected for the next 4 days. And the next 4 days uh, is series of tests, CAD, WAD, GTO test, group discussion, then extempo speaking, what we call as lecture aid, then there are personal interviews, then there are conference, there are some physical obstacle course. It's a mix of everything. Now, you will be surprised कि 5 दिन क्यों होता है. So, see, the biggest thing is they don't want any fluke thing to happen. They want you should be consistent. If you're consistent in one test, you have to be consistent throughout. And if you're consistent throughout that 5 days, so more or less that means you are selected. So what you write in your SDT, that is the self-description test, what we call the PIQ जिसको बोलते हैं, and what you show in that 4 days, that should match. PIQ में अगर अपने बारे में खुद के बारे में नहीं जानते हो बराबर, and if you write something out of the world and just to impress the GTO, mind it, they are not impressed. They are trained GTOs who are trained for hours and hours. They have seen lakhs and lakhs of candidates. So, उनको impress करने मत जाओ. So, be open, be frank, be true, and दिल से बोलो जैसे बोलते हैं ना. Whatever fact you have tell, smartly answer, behave smartly, dress up properly, go there, behave like an officer cadet, and rest, leave it to the destiny and things. You do your best, right? तो एक बार आप SSB में फिर लास्ट डे कॉन्फ्रेंस के बाद you get shortlisted, 6, 7, 8 मैक्स. आजकल मैंने सुना है 7 या 8 होता है, नहीं तो 1 भी होता है, 0 भी होता है, 10 वगैरह मैंने कभी नहीं सुना, 7 या 8. तो उसके बाद 5 days का मेडिकल होता है. मेडिकल इज लाइक योर एंटायर मेडिकल, राइट फ्रॉम योर हेयर टू टो नेल्स, सब कुछ हो जाता है, व्हाटएवर इज इन बिटवीन सबका हो जाता है. एंड many a time you get surprises. Suddenly you will find that you are colorblind. Suddenly you will find your specs are specs के number ऐसे हैं, ये है, वो है. But yeah, you will sail through. Generally, if you are generally fit, so you will sail through. Medical हो जाने के बाद either you get completely cleared or you get a TR if there are something like overweight or some हाथ का कुछ angle होगा, or you get PR. PR is permanent rejection. उसके बाद more or less your chances are gone. Some serious ailment which doesn't fit the medical definition for the armed forces, वो होता है तो PR होता है. PR में more or less आप clear हो जाते हो TR. And the all India merit come. Merit is because 100 सीट होगा तो 150 बच्चे select होते हैं total, and then the best 100 goes because many people will opt out later. It would be wait list and things like that. And yes, when the all India rank comes, if you are there in the list, you are there in the academy. If you are in the wait list, that guess wala thing happens. And of course, if you are not in the merit list, you will have to retry again. Retry again. So my sincere advice is: 1, give your best when you are going for SSB. 2, never get disheartened until the time you have an attempt. 24 साल या जब तक आपका attempt है तो बिंदास दीजिए, because एक बार एज हो गया तो वो लोग खुद ही बैठने नहीं देंगे, तो you will not have a choice, right? So till the time you have a choice, तो बिंदास देते रहो. And ढंग से पढ़ाई करके people have cleared. See, always it is said the first SSB is the best. आप clear हो जाओ. But nevertheless, people have cleared after 13th SSB. I know a guy who had cleared on 21st SSB, 21st attempt. Now he's doing his training in OTA this year. So he had appeared for all the NDA options, all the CDS options, and whatever, UES, technical entry, everything. Finally, that guy is there in OTA, finishing his course. So, ये था. This is what is the entire journey. This is a very short thing. You can read through any of the books. You can go through any of the videos on YouTube. जहाँ detail में SSB के बारे में बताते हैं. Because SSB in itself is a 2-3 hours of topic. मैंने तो जो best में एक summary दिया उसका. So that is what my take on SSBs.
So, yeah, I was going through the profile. So, I got to know you are from a civilian background. Sir, you might not be good at English, sir. There are a lot of factors I found जो current aspirants के हिसाब से they would be the reasons of rejection. So sir, I want to know what really worked for you in your assessment.
So yeah, see, English जानना बहुत जरूरी है. You should know English. There is no excuse to that, irrespective of you come from any vernacular medium, any of the vernacular medium. So you need to know because why? Because you have to communicate. When you join the courses, you have to communicate with your uppers, that is seniors, जो होते हैं, officers जो seniors हैं, and you have also communicate with people who are under you, people who report to you. So you become a bridge between both the fraternities, right? So इसलिए आपको English जानना और बोलना जरूरी है. When I say that, that doesn't mean कि Shakespearean English होना चाहिए या ऐसे होना चाहिए. A basic English where you can convey things, where you can cover it. So if you don't know English and अगर आप बोलोगे कि नहीं सब कुछ हिंदी में होना चाहिए, सब कुछ मराठी या गुजराती में होना चाहिए, that doesn't work. So that you can keep to it yourself. और Instagram के लिए ठीक है, वो Instagram के लिए बोल दिया कि यार फौज में सिर्फ अंग्रेजी क्यों चलता है, that is good for an Instagram post, right? But reality में it's a mix of everything. I would say that you should also know Hindi. That's the language which you communicate throughout the career, in your career in the armed forces, English and Hindi. So you should know both. Now, someone who speaks in English have to ensure that you read a lot, communicate a lot, and watch some movies, series. You may find it difficult in the initial phase, but eventually you get a grasp of it. When you get a grasp of it, more or less things happens, तो आप समझने लग जाओगे. And then when you get, जब आप confident हो जाते हो, it becomes easy for you to understand. And over the years, आप बात करके, converse करके, that's how it improves, right? So not to worry, anybody who feels that I don't know English or things like that, please, don't worry about it. And there are many places where they teach English speaking course for free. A lot of handles are there. So best thing is start reading newspaper, to the news, and reading books helps. Lot of I had improved my English by reading lots and lots of books. So that's it. But जरूरी है. If someone says जरूरी नहीं है, so I argue and I don't agree with that. It's required. As I said again, not a Shakespearean English, but something where you need to communicate day-to-day, communicate honestly. That is what my take.
Sir, this is the most awaited question which is being asked is what is the role of philosophy, psychology and the personality in SSP and how somebody can attain and introspect themselves?
So yes, when we talk about SSB as a whole, it's about the thought, it's about the speech, and it's about action, right?
Yes.
That is what is the combination of SSB as a whole. It plays a very, very important role on what you think, how you act, and what you speak, right? In the combination of all. So that is why this 5 day they conduct various tests so that they are able to derive a personality who can who will match the requirement of the armed forces. Right? So that is what is the important. And later, why this happens is later in your service, all this role becomes very, very important when you deal with a lot of people, right? So that is what is the important of all these aspects. And of the detail with respect to that, you will get in any SSB books and things like that.
So there are aspirants who want to join Navy through Navy SSB. So what are the specific things they need to know rather than other people who are going for Army and Air Force to get recommended?
Yeah, see, nothing. Their orientation should be towards the Navy. When they go for the interviews, they should be aware of the naval routes, structures, about some brief about the ships and things like that. That is what would be different compared to the Army or the Air Force interview. Right? Otherwise, everything is fine. Everything remains same.
So we always came across this word exposure. One candidate asked, what does it mean by exposure and how somebody can attain it?
the exposure is our experiences. And we say what exposure के exposure होना चाहिए, इसका exposure होना चाहिए. So it's all about experiences and throughout जो आपकी journey है उसमें आप क्या क्या face करते हो. Correct? So there's no specific thing. जो भी हम day to day करते हैं उसमें whatever experiences you get, that becomes important. So ऐसे कुछ नहीं है कि ये जाना है तो you have to get exposed to a certain thing और इसी के बाद ऐसे कुछ होगा. ऐसा कुछ नहीं. In your journey it happens.
Yes, sir. So, what are the ways somebody can join Navy after 12th and after graduation? And what is the qualification required, sir? As far as I have seen, sir, they take BTech entries only. So, is there any something like that? And precisely, sir, I want to know.
Yeah, maybe, see, one is after 12th, of course.
Yes.
You join NDA or INA. 12th के बाद वो लोग engineering कराते हैं. And yes, it's compulsory. 90% of the admissions in Navy happens through, they require an engineering graduate. Only 5 to 10% are for logistics, for the legal branch, or the medical branch. So it is compulsory that you need to be an engineer to join the Navy.
So, there is a huge bunch of questions regarding short service commission. People are not much aware, even though they know this entry is for short service commission and this for permanent commission. So what exactly is short service commission and what kind of role and responsibilities taken by that? Is it quite similar to permanent commission or is it different?
The short service commission is for a duration of 14 years compared to permanent commission, which is like, 20 years. So why a short service commission? It has a specific role, specific role. It's like a filling. Earlier it was to fill certain gaps. But short service officers now, depending upon the scheme and the policy, they get permanent commission or they may not get permanent. That depends upon the time when they are. Otherwise, you have a great career. You have a choice to leave the Navy after 10 years or 14 years. That is what is short service. So when we join the Navy, we are very, very clear. कैसे join करते, short service या permanent commission. So it is for us to make a choice. If someone thinks कि मैं short service करके permanent मिलेगा ही मुझे, don't go in that hope. Go in a hope that you will do your best. 10 or 14 years what you serve. Yes.
Sir, I've also heard about this resettlement course. What are the opportunities are there after you are done with your services?
So when we are about to finish our commission, so Navy sends us for 6 months of recertification course in order to align with the civil counterparts. Yeah. So in order to align with the, the market requirement of what's, because everyone is MBA. So you should have some business equipment. So you have operation experience and various other experiences. So just Navy is facilitating you for a smooth transition. So that is what the resettlement courses are doing.
So these are the questions which I was wanting to ask from you, and so it was really my pleasure to talk to you regarding these things because Navy के regarding काफी कम awareness है, and people want to join, and what could be better than asking you these questions, sir. Thank you so much for your time, and it was lovely talking to you, sir.
All the best, people, and to the defense, Roger. I hope many of the students get benefited from this talk. So wishing you all the best and stay blessed.
Thanks for watching the video and let me know in the comment section below if you have any doubts. Follow for more such content. Jai Hind.